What's up, Buddhas? This video is going to be great for you beginners. Today I'm going to take you exactly through how I fill out my own credit card applications from beginning to end. Alright, what's up, Buddhas? How's it going? It's Friday. It's a good day. Starting the weekend. Thought I'd get a little quick video in here for you and just explain to you how I do my own credit card applications and everything that I put into them. What you need to be looking for specifically, what's important, and yep, so let's just jump in and get right to it. Yeah, so I like to start out my applications with a new private window. Sometimes I use Chrome, and in that case I'll use incognito. I don't do it every time, but when you're filling out a bunch of applications through the same websites and the same banks, they'll start to use cookies and other internet tools to see that you're applying for multiple cards, and your likeliness of getting approved will go down. So I'm going to start off with this incognito window, and for this application today, one of my students is letting me fill out an application for them. And alright, so we're going to do the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So we'll go to Chase. Find this credit card. And I usually just like to go through their main website. Usually this is where their best offers will come up. They aren't usually different, but sometimes they can be. Alright, we're looking for the preferred, which right now has 80,000 points. So it's a good deal going on. Alright, so learn more. If any of you guys don't already know about this Chase Sapphire Preferred, it is probably one of the best cards to keep in your wallet at all times and use on multiple things. Again, you get Chase UR points, which are one of my favorites, and you get 2 times points on travel and dining. So this is a great card if you want to travel and do everything that I'm doing for traveling, travel hacking, credit cards, traveling for free. This is one of your staple cards that you need to have. So yeah, I will go ahead now and start this application. So you're gonna fill out your name. And your address. Again, this is not my stuff, so I can't fill it out quite as quick as I would fill out an application normally. And the great state of Nebraska. Got my little N here. Alright, so super easy first step. Just your name, address, city, state, all that good stuff. And this is important. So one of my students has had their credit card not declined but put into like a hold situation because she put, this was a business credit card, so it's a little bit different, but you just need to make sure she put her current address, but that wasn't her permanent address. And when credit card companies go through and they verify this information, they're looking for what your permanent address is. So unless you have any sort of documentation saying that that's your permanent address, don't do it. Otherwise, it makes it a lot more difficult to get the card. Alright, some financial information. So if you have a bank account, I would just always select one of these. They're not going to check it and it makes you look better. The student rents. $600 annual income, 80,000. Okay, so here, this brings me to another important point. Don't ever lie about this stuff. But I have a student that just graduated from college, and she went through and put that she makes $3,000 a year and that she's a student on her credit card application, and it was for a Southwest credit card, and she obviously didn't get approved. But she's moving to New York and she has a new job. So if that's the case, then put what you're going to make by the time you get this card or in the short future. What they're really looking for is that you're making enough money and you don't have expenses that exceed, so you have money to spend and use their card. Otherwise, you're not a good customer to these banks. All right, source of income, employed. You just put your employer in here. All this is pretty straightforward. A few more details. And your social security number. Another important point, most of these credit cards that I talk about are only available for US students. There's different credit cards available for Canada, and there's some emerging in the Europe market, but most of the stuff I talk about that has to do with credit cards is only applicable to US citizens. But that's not to say that all the other travel stuff I talk about isn't applicable. You can apply for any airline point, any hotel point, any I don't know, all the other stuff I talk about, figuring out the cheapest ways to get from here to there, different things that require paying for flights, all that stuff is applicable to anyone. Just the credit cards are US. Mother's maiden name. This is a common question asked by credit card companies to verify who you are. So remember what you put. I mean, easiest thing to do is just put the accurate answer. I usually don't get any authorized users on my cards. I can explain more about those in another video. And submit. Now we just wait. That's the hardest part. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Woo! And we got approved. Yes, all right, he'll be happy about that. All right, so I'll go ahead and figure out what he wants to do for signing up and all this other stuff. I know that filling out a credit card application seems pretty simple, especially if you've ever done it before, but it can actually be pretty daunting. A lot of my students that are my age, they're millennials, they've never had anything to do with credit or a credit card. They just have no idea what any of this means. So I just wanted to take this video today to kind of explain the ins and outs of an application. It's pretty easy. You don't want to lie, you want to be honest, and you just want to basically explain to the banks that you are a good borrower and you will be a good customer. Also, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, do that now. It's called Travel Hacking Buddhas, the most advanced travel hacking information out there in a Facebook group. There's so much good info that's being put out there. I post every single day. I got a good tip here, a good tip there. Last week I put a tip out on how to get 30 points per dollar spent. I spent $100 and ended up getting 4,500 points through this one trick. There's some just cool information that's going on in there. So again, the link's in the description. I'm also going to link it in a comment below. So just pay attention. Join that now. All right. Thanks everyone. See you on the next one.